Well, the little trolley turned out rather nice actually. After I've done the wood finish with the wood finishing oil, it's looking really good. So all you've got left now to do is mount some sort of a handle on it, and I'll show you what I've come up with. I was scratching my head for ages over the handle, to be honest with you. Yeah, so what we've got here, let me change the light a little bit. As I said, I was scratching my head for ages over the handle, and I remembered that I had a couple of old floor standing hi-fi speaker stands. They're basically a heavy metal base with this steel pole, and I thought, yeah, I haven't used them. I've done about 30 or 40 years, used them for a long time. I've no intention of using them, so I thought, right, I'll use one of those. So that's what that is. That obviously I've removed the base. I machined up a plug to go in the end, which you can see there. And so that will be held in place with a 5mm bolt, and this end has got a hole in it for the pivots, so that the actual handle can pivot when it's attached to the trolley. The other end, I removed the bracket that the speaker would be mounted to, and I made up a handle. I actually cast that up again. That's cast out of the aluminium extrusion, and that turned out really well pleased with that. So all we've got to do now is make a bracket to mount this to the actual trolley, and to that end we will make that out of, I've got some I think this is 8mm. Yeah, it looks like about 8mm steel plate, and I'm going to cut some strips off of that and make a U-section bracket out of that. And then we'll put then on this end, one end of the trolley, we'll put there'll be a flat strip of steel, probably about 1 inch across by about probably 6mm, and that will be where the U-section pivot will mount on this end, and then the trolley handle will be attached to that. So that's the next stage, is to chop some of this up on the bandsaw and then use the mill to flatten it off, so that I've got a couple of uprights, and then I can drill a hole in it for the pivot point, shape them, screw them together, and that will be the U-section part. So the handle is more or less finished. I'll show you what I've come up with. It's pretty crude, but I'm fairly certain it'll do the job. So yeah, so this is the swivel pivot thing that will be bolted down through this hole to a metal cross piece on the actual trolley, and this will allow this to pivot like that. This is the slug that goes in the end of the tubular metal handle, and basically that sits in there like that with this cross pin. I'll put it together so you can see. So basically that will allow the handle to pivot backwards and forwards, so that I can lay it down flat when I'm not pulling the thing, and then obviously I can have it at any angle I like, and it can also pivot like this, so I can hopefully pull the trolley sideways. But yeah, so that's basically it. I'm still waiting for the piece of metal I need to make the cross strap that goes on the trolley itself. Once that's done, hopefully this will be finished. I mean, I will use lock nuts on here when I finally come to put it together, but for now I'm just using conventional nuts because it's easy to take it apart, but you get the idea. So that's where we are with the handle. As I said, I'm just waiting for the piece of metal that I need to finish it off, and then the whole thing will be finished, so we can put it together and see the whole thing as a complete unit. Here's the Stuart Turner water pump all finished. Quite pleased with how it turned out, particularly the T-handle, which I cast out of that extruded aluminium, those offcuts, and also, of course, the motor pulley, also cast out of extruded aluminium offcuts. And yeah, the trolley didn't turn out too bad either. It's pretty good. We'll turn the whole thing around. I think I might have over-engineered the hitch for the handle. more than adequate to take the weight. But yeah, I think it's probably a bit overboard, but it works. That's the important thing. So let's just turn it around so you can see the other side. And there it is from the other side. Yeah, the finishing oil does a really good job on the trolley. On the trolley wood. Looks really nice. I think those caster wheels are going to hold up. So yeah, well pleased with it. Right, let's get the extension lead out here and some water and we'll get it pumping. Here we go. Well, I expect the water will probably turn orange immediately due to the instantaneous rusting, but we'll give it a go. Yes, a nice dirty brown colour, but it all seems to be running smoothly, which is great. Trailer's not moving, the trolley's not moving around very much, which is also superb. Oh yes, I'm well pleased with that. Let's close in on the pump in action. The nice thing about this pump is it's always really quiet. Good flow rate too. As I said, we're running at about 200 RPM, 210 RPM. A little bit slower than what it's rated at, but it's certainly pumping fine. Don't appear to have any leaks from the packing gland at the moment, which is also good. Yes, definitely running fine. Okay, well I think that's about it for the Stuart Piston water pump. There'll probably be an update in the future because I want to drive this from a proper, not a non-electric motor. But for now, it's all working and the trolley's fine, so yeah, I'm well pleased with that. So I hope you've enjoyed this series on the Stuart Piston water pump. As always, thanks very much for watching. Cheers.